Welcome back. This is Dr. Jin Sung, where clinical excellence meets excellent results. The top 10 signs of dementia. At the end of the video, we're going to go over the top 10 supplements for dementia, so you want to stick around for that. Before I get started, I wanted to let you know that we did open our educational modules on diet, health, and nutrition, where we have over 12 hours of videos on education about, let's say, pain and GI dysfunction and fatigue. We also have a message board in there and supplement discounts for all our members. So let's get right into the top 10 signs. First of all, you're going to have short-term memory loss. So you're going to start to forget dates and names, appointments, and recently learned things. Like you learned something yesterday and you have to relearn it. You also have difficulty with problem solving. Let's say you have a recipe that you want to make, a certain type of food, and you can't recall and you can't remember the steps. Finance, taking care of your money, you have some difficulty. What is it? Where did I spend my money? And when do I pay my bills? These are all different signs there. Confusion about time and place. So losing track of time, the season, and dates. You can't recall, like, what happened. Right? Is it winter? Is it summer? Especially if you live in the warmer climates where you don't have drastic changes in temperature, you may lose track of your seasons and dates. Difficulty with familiar tasks. Things that you are normally doing, you kind of forget a step or two. Like you know how to go to the bank and make your deposits, but you might forget that you had to make a deposit slip. Right? So those little things that start to pop up in our mind. Trouble understanding visual and spatial relationships. So driving, looking at direction, colors, those all might change, right? The visual depth and acuity also will change. Problem with language and communication, meaning word recall, you can't put the sentences together, you forget what you were saying in the middle of the conversation, so there's problems with language and communication. Poor judgment and decision making, this is where people fall into scams, right? You're making poor decisions, you're being influenced by outside forces. You hear a lot of people, or the elderly especially, right, caught in these scams where they lose their entire retirement, okay? They also forget that, personal hygiene matters, right? They start to forget showers or not shower as much, or their cleanliness or presentation will start to change. They'll start to withdraw from work and society in general, right? So you may not interact with your colleagues, or socially you're not, going out and reaching out to people to hang out or do things. Change in mood and personality. Oftentimes they get confused, like, what am I supposed to be doing? They just kind of stop, right? They become very suspicious about everything, right? You're suspicious about your spouse who's next to you. And they become anxious. They have anxiety issues, right? So there's a lot of things with personality changes, or you can even be angry in this state for no reason. Misplacing items and inability in retracing those steps. So everyone has a little bit of that, where you forgot something and you can't recall, but it should come back to you. But people who have early Alzheimer's will start to have confusion, difficulty solving problems, memorizing certain things and steps. So these are all early signs, and you definitely want to pick up early signs of dementia so you can help these patients, all right? So here are the top 10 supplements. Before I get into these supplements, I just want to let you know that you should talk to your physician and your primary care physician and so forth before starting on all these supplements. I do not recommend taking all these supplements. It's a list of supplements that might be helpful for early signs of Alzheimer's dementia. It is not to replace your medical provider, all right? So the top 10 supplements, omega-3 fatty acid is a really good one. 2,000 to 3,000 EPA DHA. milligrams. Okay? You need fatty acids for cellular function, decrease inflammation, and so forth. Phosphatidylserine, 100 to 300 milligrams per day. Ginkgo biloba, 120 to 240 milligrams in divided doses per day. It's good for memory recall. Curcumin, 500 to 1,000 milligrams after meals. This is good to reduce inflammation overall. Vitamin D, 4,000 to 5,000 international units per day, along with vitamin K, and you can throw in magnesium at that point for better conversion. Acetyl L-carnitine, 500 to 2,000 milligrams per day. B vitamins, B6, 9, and 12. You don't want to take high amounts of B6. You want to take P5P. You want methylated forms. It's very important to do that. I've made multiple videos on B vitamins, so you want to go ahead and watch those. Resveratrol, you want to take the trans-resveratrol form. It's better absorbed. 150 to 500 milligrams per day. CoQ10, 100 to 300 milligrams per day. CoQ10 is especially important if you are taking a statin medication, the cholesterol-lowering medication, because it will deplete CoQ10. So it's important to make sure you supplement with that. Magnesium L-threonate, 1,500 to 2,000 milligrams in divided doses per day. If you take 1,000 milligrams of magnesium L-threonate, I believe that's an equivalent of 144 milligrams of elemental magnesium. But this helps to cross the blood-brain barrier, impacting cognitive function better than some of the other supplements. Another good one is magnesium glycinate in that area. Now, there are some other ones like alpha-lipoic acid, 300 to 600 milligrams per day, NAC or NAC, or N-acetylcysteine for glutathione, lion's mane, and ashwagandha. Really, you can interchange this list. Basically, I listed 13 or 14 supplements that might be beneficial for early Alzheimer's and dementia. Doesn't mean that you have to take all of them. You just have to kind of test it out or work with a provider who understands it and see what's best for you. All right? My name is Dr. Jin Sung, where clinical excellence meets excellent results. And we'll see you guys next week on the healthy side. Have an awesome day.